What's good, y'all? The NBA Finals finished up just 3 days ago, and we already have our first trade of the 2024-2025 NBA season. In case you guys did not see, we have Alex Caruso going to the OKC Thunder in exchange for Josh Giddey. That's it. That's the whole trade details. If you guys have been around the channel, you know usually I make a little graphic to make it easy to digest exactly all the moving parts of the trade. But this one's very straight up, a one-for-one deal. We don't see this very often in the NBA. And what makes this one-for-one trade even more interesting is it seems like a pretty lopsided one for the OKC Thunder, at least in my opinion. I'm going to start by talking about it from the Thunder's perspective. Of course, bringing in an all-defensive guard like Alex Caruso, one of the best perimeter defenders in the whole league, it's a very positive plus, you know, and there's no real downside of this. OKC is coming off a year where they were just top 5 in defense, and now they're adding in another guy like this. Around that perimeter, it's going to be super hard to score against them because you're going to have to go against Alex Caruso, then also Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Cason Wallace, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams can guard the perimeter like that, Aaron Wiggins off their bench can guard the perimeter, and if you get by those guys, meet Chet Holmgren down low. And although defense is Caruso's strong suit and biggest calling card to the league, he brings a lot of other things to the game, like his size at 6'6", being that guard position. They have a lot of length already, and now they're adding even more length to their lineup. Then when you look at it from the offensive perspective as well, Caruso is a above average playmaker, I would say. I'm pretty confident putting that out there. And then shooting the ball as well, he's coming off of a career year from 3, shooting over 40% from 3. And you know, you could take that either way, that, you know, he's going to continue that hopefully this year for the Thunder, or it was an anomaly. You know, guys have those 140% three-point shooting years, and then it just kind of goes back down to their average. As long as Caruso can come to OKC and shoot 36% from 3, that's more than fine with the defense he's going to be bringing them. I'm just really thinking about the defensive versatility that this now has for the Thunder. They were already, like I said, a super lengthy team, super versatile team defensively, but now adding Alex Caruso, a guy that could guard 1 through 4, you know, it's just, I'm super excited to see how this team moves. I feel like it's just going to be like on a string, a lot of switching, a lot of Celtics-esque defense, in my opinion. That's what I'm envisioning. And then when it comes to what they gave up, obviously Josh Giddey, the writing was kind of on the wall with him that he was the odd man out. You know, extensions are coming up, and also when you just look at fit for the team, he just doesn't fit the team anymore. We saw in the playoffs that he would start the game and then come out at halftime, he'd be off the bench. You know, he doesn't fit what the team needs. He doesn't defend, and he doesn't shoot the ball. And with Shai having the ball in his hands a lot, with J-Dub having the ball in his hands a lot, you know, there's just not a lot of ball to go around. You know, it's just, he's the odd man out, like I said. So overall for this trade, I'm giving the Thunder an A. I damn near want to give it an A+, because, you know, it's just incredible value. A guy that you are actively trying to get off your roster, and you bring in a guy, one of the top role players in the league. You know, I damn near want to give it an A+, but I'm gonna keep it solid at an A. And then now looking at it from the Bulls' perspective, you're getting in a young player in Josh Giddey. You know, that's a positive. He's going to have the ball in his hands more often, where he can kind of show his playmaking ability, maybe improve his scoring ability as well to become more of a complete offensive player. Other than that, though, this move is very questionable. Starting off with, you have Kobe White, who is a runner-up for Most Improved Player of the Year this season at that guard position, still on the younger side. You want to more invest into him. You also have Ayo Dosunmu, who is another younger guard that you want to invest in. Now you're bringing in Josh Giddey, a third guard that's still on the younger side. Again, you want to invest in. I could see that being a little bit of a logjam there, especially because Ayo, he'll defend. Kobe White and Josh Giddey, though, not really anything promising on the defensive side. But this does show me that maybe the Bulls are finally going to pick a direction, and that direction is going to be rebuilding. I know Woj came out with a tweet shortly after saying that they were looking for a playmaker to replace Lonzo Ball, of course, with his injury. He hasn't been able to play basketball in almost 3 years at this point. So Josh Giddey's definitely going to be able to come out there and be a playmaker for this team. I'm hoping that he's going to be a playmaker for a young rebuilding team, though, and not just a playmaker to set up shots for DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic. But still, even if they do end up rebuilding and finally make the decision, obviously that's the good decision. That's the decision damn near everyone that's an NBA fan wants them to make. It's still questionable because their asset management is still being shown to not be good. They had multiple offers at the trade deadline for first-round draft picks picks with an S out there. Multiple first-round draft picks for Alex Caruso at the trade deadline. And they decided, no, we want to make a play-in push. We want to push for the play-in. Didn't end up well. They did not make the playoffs. They did not go anywhere, and with the play-in, it's horrible asset management, in my opinion. And if you want to dive even deeper into the poor asset management for the Bulls, in just this last year alone, Andre Drummond, unrestricted free agent right now in this offseason. They could have traded him at the trade deadline to get something for him. He's probably going to walk for nothing. DeMar DeRozan is a unrestricted free agent this offseason. There were rumors that maybe they wanted to bring him back. Like I said, maybe now they're going to dive into that rebuilding tier and just kind of blow up the team and whatever. Regardless, though, at best case scenario, now all you're going to get is a sign and trade for DeMar DeRozan, and we know how lopsided those are. They're not going to get anything of real value for him. They could have maybe traded him at the trade deadline for something. They decided to sit pat. Zach LaVine has now turned into a negative asset. He has that huge extension on his contract. He's going to be making a lot of money for a lot of years. He was dealing with injuries last season. When he was playing, he was kind of up and down. Now he's a negative asset that they're probably going to have to bring on another negative asset to get rid of. Like, he's not going to really be movable. Teams aren't looking to get Zach LaVine on their roster. Another example of horrible asset management. Obviously, this is the first move of the offseason for the Bulls, so maybe there'll be other dominoes that fall that will make this look better and make a little bit more sense. But as of right now, man, this is getting a D minus. I damn near want to give it an F almost. The only reason I'm not giving it an F is because Josh Giddey is still on the younger side. He could still become more of a polished scorer and a polished offensive player. And if that's the case and he is the Lonzo Ball replacement, great. It works out a little bit for the Bulls, but still, this asset management is absolutely atrocious. I know this video is a little bit on the shorter side, but it's just a one-for-one trade here. I wanted to get my quick reactions out there for all you guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe down below. I'm going to be coming out with news, reviews, reactions, everything about the NBA, free agency, the draft, preseason previews. Literally everything about the NBA is coming out on this channel, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it out. In the description, there's links to all my social medias, so make sure you follow me on all those to keep up to date with me. Catch y'all.